Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News, and it's the review for Pokemon Quest. Yes, one moment there's not many Pokemon games, and next minute, boom, it's been released today. And there's a Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and a core Pokemon game coming out next year, so lots of Pokemon stuff. But we're here with the review. I've spent a fair bit of time with it. There's not a lot to the game, but there is at the same time. So let's get into the review right now. Pokemon Quest is a bit like a game of Minecraft meets Pokemon Rumble. I've read that online a few times by a few different people, and I would agree with that. And this is sort of a game that takes place in a place called Tumblecube Island, where you're in the search for a great treasure. Now, this game is a bit of an auto movement type game where you're moving a little Pikachu or character around, and you're going through waves and defeating enemies, and there's a little boss at the end. Now, and all these Pokemon will help you get towards your goal. Now, you have a base camp, and you can attract Pokemon via cooking up different mushrooms and ingredients, and it attracts different Pokemon here and there. There is a maximal of 3 Pokemon that you can carry, which is interesting. And the Pokemon is Canton region only, so first generation only. So the 150, 151, so to speak. Some of the other things that I picked up, which was interesting, is there's the power charm. So you get different stones, you can place them in the charm, and they can increase different things like attack or HP, for example, for the power stone. And other stones will probably increase different statistics here and there. Now, the movements is fairly automatic. You can't control your Pokemon, which is pretty disappointing, I say. It's a little annoying. And it's based on a meter-based move. So it's a bit like, Xenoblade Chronicles series, where there's a cooldown period. You've got to wait until you can use any of the 2 or 3 moves that you are allowed to use. And it looks fun. It looks entertaining as a game. It's a bit of a strange thing. I'm not huge into free to start games. This is essentially what this is. It's free. So I can't really criticize it because of its price point. It's not going to cost you a dime to download it. But for download content, there's 3 download content pieces, which is around the $10 mark or less. And I'm not too sure. It really depends if this game's up your alley. And for me, I don't hate the game, but I don't love it. It really just sort of sits around the middle for me. So it's a game that I feel very indifferent about. I mean, I think it's probably a cool little game to muck around on the Switch when you're on the bus, or you've got a few minutes spare in your bed, before you go to sleep, or that type of game. I'm sure if you're a big Pokemon fan, if you loved Pokemon Rumble and Pokemon puzzle games and all the spin-off games, I think you'll probably find some good enjoyment out of it, and I'm sure that people will try to complete the game without buying download content or anything like that. So I think there's some interest there. So let's head back to the Ninja News desk, see what I gave it out of 10. So, what do I give this thing out of 10? Now, remember about scores and things like that from me. Don't take scores too seriously. Take what the context more seriously, and your own personal judgment too when you play it. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Now, it doesn't sound that great, but I think it's a fine score. I think it's a good game. I didn't feel too excited playing it because it was a bit too automatic for me, but I didn't think it was a terrible game either. It just felt like a game that I felt like, it's all right. It's an all right game. And I am a big Pokemon fan, so I thought it was an all right game. It's nothing that you're going to be running, writing letters or emails to people going, oh my God, this game is amazing. But I don't think it's a terrible game. I think it just sort of sits in the middle. There's a bit of a it doesn't really evoke much feeling and emotion from me. So, but that's okay. And the biggest plus of this game is it's free. You don't have to pay a cent, and you don't have to buy the download content if you're not interested in that too. So that's a good plus. So, free entertainment, you can't really do that. So for value, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 for that. So that is it for me, and I shall see you later on.